Hello everyone, Praise Good here. Welcome back to more Ocarina of Time. Last time we did a little bit of some side questy game stuff. We got a couple of trade quests, or a couple parts of the trade quest handled, and then near the end of the episode, I realized, wait, we can't do all this right now because it requires to do things in a very specific order after this point before we can finish it because of time restrictions on items we'll get. But starting off here today, we're going to be hunting some big Poes. Now, hunting big Poes, I have a map to help me. But I'll give you a rough, guesstimation where they are, and to give you what I can help with tips. But I will also tell you that everything I know how to do in this is rough. I've never done this before, so what tips I'm going to give you is what I can piece together from seeing other people do it, and from guides I have to help me roughly start looking where I need to start looking. So we've already gotten the first Poe here. It's basically, you need to go, right about here. Right about here is the trigger point for the first Poe. It's going this direction. If you go here, the big Poe will appear. You need to chase it down and shoot it. If the Poe starts veering off to one side or the other, you have to start leading your shots, and hopefully I can show you that a little bit more. Me in my young age, I gave up on this because I didn't understand the concept of leading my shots. By the way, it doesn't matter what time of day it is for this. But me in my younger age, didn't understand the concept of leading your shots. Me as an older man, having played many shooters that have rockets, and the fact you need to lead your shots with those rockets, now has me in the mindset to lead my shot and go right. But anyway, the second big Poe is gonna be right here. Basically, I'm just gonna go slow. Somewhere around here it should appear. I guess I missed. And the other way to really find this, like back in ye old days, was just to putz around and find it. I guess I had to pass a little closer to the river for this. Like this. And you have to shoot them twice. Let me hop down. Now you do have to go over and grab these as soon as they appear. And keep in mind on how many bottles you have. This is kind of the reason why I emptied my bottles out last time, because I had plans to do this. Now I will say there are 10 of these in total you have to collect. And the reward from it is kind of a shot in the foot. But we're still going to do it as such. Now for this next one, it's basically this passing somewhere by this tree next to Lon Lon Ranch. There we go, got it. The only bad part about shooting Poes down is you don't get to correct your course while you're riding your horse. You just have to aim and hope. Anyway. Let's capture this. Now, these big Poes are just part of a larger subquest. But if you capture small Poes, which we did see in the graveyard back when we visited Dompe, if you capture a smaller ghost, you can trade that in for a small reward as well. Good, more arrows. You can trade that in for a smaller reward as well. But I would recommend you kind of just stick to trading in these big Poes, as they're called. There's actually no other name that they've ever gone by. It's just Big Poe. Now, I can't remember if we have to take them out or we can talk with this person, but let's figure it out. Hello. What does that mean? If you have a Poe, I'll buy it. So we basically are playing with the reward system. Let's see. Items. I'll fix this up later. Talk. Make sure you're targeting him before you use the bottle, because you can accidentally drink these Poes.
Very interesting. This is a big Poe. I'll buy it for 50 rupees. On top of that, I'll put 100 points on your card. If you have 1,000 points, you'll be a happy man.
Now, I may waste a few rupees doing this, but rupees, if you know what you're doing, aka you're following along with a guide like this one, haha, following a guide. Rupees aren't going to be that much of a stressful situation for you to handle, or aren't going to be a problem. And an NPC will never not give you rupees, so we're close to the cap, or close to maxing out rupees right now, yes. So an NPC will never not give you rupees, but I don't think you really ever need to worry about rupees at any point, because rupees are very plentiful, especially if you've been decent with minigames, so to say. Anyway, Next Poe we're going to go after is still kind of like an inner loop of Hyrule. It's going to be... You see that Y shape on the map? We're basically going to be aiming right at the divide in the Y. Now, from what I know, whatever direction you approach a Poe spawn from, you're going to want to make sure you're lined up so you don't get stopped. So this one kind of sucks. Didn't spawn that time. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna attempt to turn around and jump that fence. Which, jumping the fences in the wild Hyrule kind of sucks. No? There it is. Yeah, I'm gonna miss it. Yeah, I missed it. Thankfully, Poes do respawn if you kind of go away from where their spawning point and run back at them, but thankfully, this particular Poe, we can actually trigger a second one nearby. Basically, just run up this way. Somewhere along here, another Poe should spawn. Or do I have to brush past the wall? Like, there's very specific trigger points for these Poes to spawn, and I don't know what they are. I just have like a dot on a map to say, go here. So I'm gonna go here. I guess not. Let me try and trigger this Poe down here again. Yeah, I guess I don't know exactly what it is. Oh, never mind, there's one. Catch up to it again. Missed that shot. Ah, I missed it again. That's kind of the bad part, is if you miss it, you have to like you have to redo a cycle, and unfortunately you run out of arrows. So I may start cutting around while I attempt to get this. Also, run through the grass, because... Oh, hi. Got that one. That one was unintentional. There's actually two Poes down here, and this one I wasn't going to plan on getting for some time. But yeah, I may cut around while I attempt to get Poes. If I mess it up, so that way you don't have to be here for every failed attempt, but I'm going to try my best to get them all in rapid succession. And because you can't get this done as early as getting the bow. I'm going to slide in here really quick because this is something I haven't talked about, but there is a, like, if you are doing this with me and you have gotten, because the amount of rupees you get from, the amount of rupees you're going to get from doing this Poe hunt will help to offset any costs you have to make to get more arrows. Because you can find arrows in the grass in the field, but you can also buy arrows at a shop. Now we're going to need... I just got 5 out of a box, so I'm just going to buy this. Yeah, and that's all I'm really going to worry about right now. So I'll meet you back out in the field when I finally get Poe number 4 on the map. And I guess for posterity's sake, the Poe that I got on accident, which is currently on our Y button, that was Poe number 9, basically at the very bottom of the Y split where Poe number 4 is. There we go. So that's Poe number 4 and everything. So we have gotten Poes 1 through 4 and 9, so half of them. Why am I keeping count like this? Because I want to make sure you guys know exactly what it is in case you need to refer to it at any point. I might even put timestamps down below, actually. But yeah, I can't give you exactly Poe number 1 because of the duration, because of how I got it. Now, for Poe number 5 here, this one, from what I have here, is basically just touch this corner of the wall. Oh, there it is. You're going to want to do your best to make sure it doesn't actually touch the wall, or it can. I guess it just goes over the lip there. Let me down, I'm going to walk over to it. But yeah, there you go. So 6 out of 10 done. Unfortunately, from what I can gather here on my little handy dandy chart, the last 4 are the next 3, I guess the next 1 and then the one, and 6 and 8 are going to be the ones that suck the most. But with that, we're going to go ahead and turn these in. And again, I personally don't care about the money offset. I don't think I'm going to have a problem getting more money. I don't think I'm going to have a problem getting additional money in this playthrough to help facilitate any monetary needs, but get really close. Here, have this. Yes, I did bring a Poe. Anyway, you kind of know the song and dance at this point, but after this one, Yeah, we'll max out our rupees, whatever. I'm gonna meet you near Gerudo Valley for... Or no, I'm gonna meet you near Kakariko Village for the next Po. So I'll meet you over there, Johnny. So as far as I can tell for this one, this is probably gonna be the hardest one to get at. Because you have to come over here. You have to come over here by this incline. You can trigger this from the, I will say that this, is this a cliff? Kind of a plateau of sorts here. If you take Epona to the edge of this plateau here, you'll A, hit a wall and can't jump off, but B, it will also spawn the Po at that point. But the best way to get at it, from what I'm gathering, is to ride underneath here and shoot it from this point. Okay, that's fine. I'll just try again in a second. There we go. And then we're gonna bust our butt and get over there fast like. Because I don't know how long it is until these despawn, but I'd rather not find out. Because they do despawn. Anyway, there's 7 out of 10 taken care of, the 6th one. Now we're gonna want to head over this way, down by Gerudo Valley. These next two are going to be rough because of how Poes act in the world. Basically, a Poe will keep going. It will keep going in front of you until either A, you are set distance away from it, basically the draw distance of the engine away from it, or they hit a wall. Whichever one happens first. Which is why I was so scared about the one around that one corner. But you basically want to come up here, try and round it out a little bit, and go by these bushes. But I'm going to round it so it tries to go down the path over there, if possible. I don't know where the trigger point is. I'm just going to run over here. There it is. Yeah, like that. Okay, let's just keep it going, because there is one more we can get here. I guess we have to come the other way for the other one. Yeah, we have to come the other way for the second one. So, turn it around. These two may take me a while, but there's 2 here, and they're my next 2 targets, and basically the roughest 2 targets I think I have to get at. And it went right into the wall. There's one. So yeah, there's one of the 2 I was after. And now let's see if I can get the second one. Okay, there we go. So I came at it from the direction that I don't think they intend for you to do, but I'm also learning a trick that if you kind of just... I'm learning a trick right now that if you approach it, like if you... I'll try and touch on here. Basically, have opponent start running, and then pull out your bow. Opponent will keep at the same speed while you're shooting. But unfortunately, you can also not change her direction while you're doing that. Anyway, the next Po we're not gonna try and shoot down right now, but the next Po we're after is actually over in that collection of trees on the right. But I have to go turn these ghosts in. Alright, so the last one that we're after is in this collection of trees somewhere. I don't know exactly where, but this is actually kind of an easy one. I'm just gonna run through the middle, like the dead set middle, and see if it pops up. There we go. That is the last big Po we need to get. And that cements big Po hunting. We do not have to hunt a single big Po additional in the entire game. That was all of them, period. Exclamation point with a dot on the end. So let's head back to Hyrule Castle Town once more and turn our prize. See if we can't scare up a few more arrows out of bushes, which we did not. And this lets me talk about something that I glanced over so far. That's kind of a minor thing right now, but in the grand scheme, it kind of became a staple thing for Legend of Zelda. Is anytime you get Epona to ride, if you want free stuff without having to pay money for it, just traipse through some bushes. You'll get rupees a lot of times, but occasionally you'll get bombs, magic, sometimes arrows, even hearts if you need them. You know, the standard Zelda tropes. But with that, we have actually completed the Big Po side quest, which is stupid. And, well, yeah, let's just go turn all these in. Sir, I wish to give you this last big Poe that was left out wandering Hyrule Field.
Very interesting. This is a big Poe. I'll buy it for 500 rupees. 500 rupees or 50. Your choice. I don't care anymore. Wait a minute. Wow. You've earned 1,000 points. Young man, you are a genuine ghost hunter. Oh, is that what you expected me to say? Because of you, I have extra inventory of big Poes, so this will be the last time I can buy one of these ghosts. You're thinking about what I promised would happen when you earn 1,000 points? Don't worry. I didn't forget. Just take it.
Shot in the gut. Yeah. A bottle which would have helped cut down your amount of trips from 4 to 3. Yeah, he just gives that to you. But hey, that's as bad as it is to say. If you've been following along, you now have every bottle in the game. This is actually probably the earliest, I think, in the Legend of Zelda game series. Like from start of game to current point where you can get all bottles possible. But yeah, we're done with bottles. With that being said, let me get some of our necessary items back on buttons. And where I want to go to next is, it's not going to be, we're not going to go up. We're not going to go up all the way up Zora's River quite yet. We're actually just going to make a quick pit stop. Also, I'm keeping a bottle on my one button, my one touch button. But we want to make a pit stop up Zora's River to play a mini game. Oh boy, help me, help me! I'm a little dumb. But yeah, we're gonna head up Zora's River just a little bit because we need to talk to the frog friends. Now, there's a couple things with this that is gonna be a little bit better. One, I mean. Really? No arrows? Thank you. Oh. The 2 bushes they didn't cut had arrows. Thanks. For one, you no longer need the chicken. Perish. Also, for another thing, the guy who sells seeds is gone, but you no longer need the chicken. One, because you can actually just jump this at any point in the river. And two, you can kind of just stay in the river now. So if you didn't want to do the thing with the chicken that I did to get up to the area above, you don't have to do it anymore. But you can also access a lot of things super quickly. But if you had planted a... I forgot I didn't do this. If you had planted a magic bean sprout right next to the magic bean salesman, you would have gotten something that would have been a quick... You would have actually gotten something that would allowed you to basically take a quick trip all the way up the river. But anyway, what... oh, right, we can't do this quite yet. Haha. Well, I feel dumb. Well, whatever. I can say we went up here and explored something that I can't do quite yet, so we will come back to this in the future. But for now, I'm gonna try going to Grotto to get at least 1 set of bugs. I might get 2 sets of bugs now that we have the 4th bottle. So I will be in just a minute. Okay, well, I'm gonna come back with you here because I didn't know this happened, and I'm gonna have my count way off. But there's a gold Skulltula up here at the top of Zora's domain. I guess we can get that now? Well, that wasn't my intention, but we're doing that now. So something I want to touch on that I should have said, but I want to make sure I get this all covered, because every now and again, you've seen Navi do this. And I've told you that there's at least 2 of 3 things we can do whenever Navi does this, what we have the access to right now. It's either A, play the Scarecrow song to cause Pierre to spawn. Why do we need Pierre here? Well, that's a good question, because we don't. 2, you want to play the Song of Time to cause a block of time to spawn. There's no reason to have a block of time here, so what's the last thing we need here? Well, it's also a song. If the first 2 options are not available to you, play the Song of Storms. At least I thought that's what was supposed to happen. Let me do it again. If you play the Song of Storms in specific spots that everything else doesn't trigger, it will spawn a large fairy. And for my own curiosity, I'm going to capture one in the bottle and see what it does. Don't come to me. I'm mashing the button. I'm mashing the button. Why can I not capture you? I guess you can't capture that one. Well, now I've just got an empty bottle in my inventory. Anyway, the next place we're going to go... The next place we're going to go to kind of wrap things up is we're heading back to Kakariko, but we're finally going to go where we're supposed to be going at this point. We're going to start heading up Death Mountain. And what are we doing up Death Mountain? Well, a couple things well, namely, in Dodongo's Cavern, is one thing in particular that we have not been able to address that we're going to address now. Anyway, right about here is what I'll bring you back in, because I think you guys kind of know the way, but I still want to bring you with, just for anything that might be changing up the side of Death Mountain. I don't think enough has changed to warrant me to necessarily have to bring you in here, but I do want to, for safe, just in case. So for one, there's a lot of boulders in the pathway. I think we actually have been here once already in our first trip around here. And secondly, well, a lot of boulders are coming down the path. You can't stop these boulders. Ah, yes, I remember now. I remember I came here because I was like, hey, if you're after the piece of heart and don't want to cheat for it, here's how you get at it. Is that pod right there? So... But we need to go get, because we weren't unable to finish Dodongo's Cavern, so we're actually going back in here as an adult to get the last gold Skulltula that is in this dungeon. Yes, you have to come back into Dodongo's Cavern. I'll show you the map. You have to come back to Dodongo's Cavern for one gold Skulltula. And I'm pretty sure I showed you guys where it was when it was pertinent, but I will take a minute to get back over to that room in question. Here it is. We're approaching it from the backside right now, but basically in this room right here, we want to be a little careful, but we need to get to an area about part way down, right about here, and take a hit here and there. But we need to play our Scarecrow song here-ish, and Pierre should spawn nearby. There he is, and hey, there's that gold Skulltula I was just talking about. Now, if you'd be so kind as to leave me be, small angry children. I wish to climb. If you know how to do the bomb flip trick, that you can actually probably get up here super fast, but if you don't know the bomb flip trick, well, that's your lot in life. But hey, I think that's actually everything in here. Yep, Dodongo's Cavern, done. Check it off the list. And that's all we came in here for. We can leave now. So, next time, on Ocarina of Time, we will finish going up Death Mountain a little bit to Goron City to kind of see what issues are going on over there. I'll see you folks next time. Take care. I should be safe right here.